Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998. I still got a lot to work on. Now, today I'm going to be working on drumkit, which I am not good at yet. So I've mainly spent most of the last, 26-ish years practicing rudimental and concert percussion, and only a small fraction of time spent on this drumkit. Now, in these practice streams, I share what I'm practicing, how I'm trying to improve stuff. There's over 300 streams of me practicing rudimental stuff, tenors, drumkit, etc. So you can see how I'm trying to improve over time. In every one of these, there are timestamps in the description showing what I was practicing or what I was talking about. Often people will stop into the different chats that I've got up on my other screen, and they'll ask me some different questions because I've been drumming so long and because I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student in a variety of contexts. And I will edit those answers down and put them in this playlist that has all of these drumming tips inside of here. If the title doesn't interest you, there might be a tip inside of one of these that does interest you. Now, I'm going to be practicing with the play-alongs that are on my YouTube channel. So if you go to the home tab of YouTube, hello, everybody, you can find literally thousands of free drumming resources by going to right here and clicking on drumming content, and it shows you all of the play-alongs organized into playlists. Now, if you want to find everything organized neater than what I can on YouTube, if you actually go into any one of the play-alongs, like let's say, I don't know, triplets to control. When you click on this one, there are timestamps in the description that has like the BPM, so you can go as slow as 40 beats a minute or all the way as fast as 200 for this one. But the link that's at the very top right here where it says more drumming playlists, jaredoleary.com/drum, takes you to right here. We've got 62 chop exercises. We've got over 1,000 grid variations, 419 triplet, 577 16th note, and 36 of like the random grids like Herta grid and whatnot. We've got over 150 timing exercises that are great for working on limb independence, which is what I will do here in a moment. We've got over 55, or exactly 55 drum charts for straight and swung, which we'll play here in a moment. Over 400 marching bass stuff, over 350 technique exercises, and then here's all the drumming tips, the live streams, and then some scripted lessons, and even some non-sponsored reviews of some of the different pads that I use. Now, I'm going to be practicing limb independence. Now, if you don't know how to work on limb independence, under the limb independence section on my website, we've got this video that says how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. If you check that out, that'll show you the steps that I'm trying to go through to work on stuff that I'm currently not good at. So I'm specifically working out of a book, and the book that I'm working out of is this one. So it's called 50 Ways to Syncopation by Don Moyo. And in this book, it's got a bunch of different limb independence patterns. And I've got this spreadsheet that has all the patterns written out for me. And I have it so that this column right here is averaging how I'm playing on these. So in general, when I play through, I don't know, number 6 when I'm doing this, it's technically proficient, and it shows the BPM, how I was playing, how I felt while doing it, blah, 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 blah. I'm skipping all of the stuff that I'm good at, and I'm going to focus on the stuff that I'm not good at, so the ones that sound meh or needs a lot of work. So we're going to be working on that today. Good morning. And trying to improve our drumming over time. That's the goal, at least. But in order to get into this, we got to get motivated with Shia LaBeouf here. Shia LaBeouf is going to help me out. So I'm going to hide him because of copyright, but Shia LaBeouf, help motivate me to work on limb independence. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. He spits there. I'm not going to do that. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, Shia LaBeouf, thank you so much. I am so ready to work on limb independence. All right, so the first one that I'm doing today is, again, one that I'm not good at yet. So we're going to focus on number 16. So number 16 is what? We're playing a 16th note swung pattern. So, ding, 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 a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and while reading through the patterns short long on the snare and the bass drum. So the short is on the snare, and the long is on the bass drum. What am I talking about here? So if we go back to this part of my website, we've got the different charts, both straight and swung. And the last time I did this, I did it at what speed? 155. Okay, wish me luck. So we're going to go into the playlist that's from 100 to 159 for the straight charts. Same charts right here, but the play along is swung if you do that. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to pick any one of these that sounds interesting, and then play through it. So, for example, sure, 6 through 10, and with any of these play alongs, you go into the timestamps in the description, you select a BPM, and then it'll count off, and then you play along to it. So in this case, we're going to 155, and you can't hear the play along on your end because I've got it muted in the mixer, but it is playing. 2, here we go. So this one's a really weird pattern to play through because it's so open. 1, 2, with the ostinato. Here we go. Oops, I read that wrong. Okay, so better than I thought it was going to go, considering it's been over a week since I've played the drum kit. We're surviving so far. Wish me luck. On chart number 7. 2, here we go. So each one of these has 5 different charts that you can play through. And there's 55 total. 1, 2, here we go. Cool. Chart number 9. A 1, a 2, here we go. All right, last chart for this play along. I like this one. This one's probably my favorite of these 5. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Oh no. I misread it and then got off a little bit. Whoopsies. Okay, so mostly, other than misreading it, it was technically proficient, so we were good with it. But that last chart got a little wonky. Whoopsies. All right, 155. Mostly technically proficient overall. And I was making progress on it. And still, meh is the overall. Is that right? I feel like it's not updating. Let's see here. So if I do another one, and it's technically proficient. Okay, so next stream, it'll actually switch over. And as long as I play it good, we'll graduate from it. Yay! We've been working on this one for a long time. Okay, so now I'm going to stretch and massage. So the stretch and massage routine is a very important routine to do. It keeps your hands nice and healthy. The first stretch that I'm going to do, you pull in, you push through. If you want a better view of this, there's a video called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming, and that is on my under the drumming lessons playlist on my YouTube or underneath the lessons and tips section on my website. And it's got a good overhand view so you can see what it looks like from my perspective or your perspective, and then a front view as well, simultaneously. If you do traditional, rotate and hold there, but I don't do traditional anymore, so I'm not going to do that. Now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearms, so I'm just pulling the fingers back a little bit. If you want a deeper stretch, you can do 2 fingers and then 2 fingers. Hold them each for like 20 to 30 seconds. It feels good. And then, switching to the other hand. You can also do this one on your drum, or on a pad, or on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Like if you're doing it on the wall. Now I'm going to do the top side of the forearm. You could do it one at a time like this. You could do 2 fingers at a time if you want a deeper stretch, or you could just do this one on your leg. If you do this one on the wall, the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Don't put all your weight into these stretches. You don't want to tear anything. You want to stay nice and relaxed. And now I'm going to stretch the fingers. We're doing thumb to thumb. Just makes it go twice as fast. Do, 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 do. Last night I had a very random dream where I was walking from like the bedroom down the hallway into this percussion room. And I saw a speed limit sign and realized that I was walking too fast. Dreams are random. At least it was like not a bad dream. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just very random. And the last one, pinky. Boop. So after stretching, now do a little massage routine. So I'm massaging the thumb on top and the fingers are underneath. Just trying to get everything nice and relaxed. Forearms. Now we switch to the other arm. It only takes a couple minutes, a few minutes to get through. But it's totally worth it. Makes it so your hands can be more relaxed when you're playing and, try and stave off potential drumming injuries. Now I'm going to massage the thumb in the palm, and then the fingers are going to massage the back side of the hand. Interesting that the vertical view is not showing the same amount as, like, you can see my whole hand, but you can only see part of my hand in the vertical view. Weird. Should adjust that. Enjoy this ASMR. And the last thing I'm going to do is massaging from the base to the tip of each one of the fingers. Do this at least 2 times for each one of your fingers. If your finger is extra tight, one of them. And then maybe spend more time on it. Oh, I forgot to take my ring off. Usually put it, on my necklace, but I guess with the drum kit sticks, it doesn't really matter as much because they're much thinner than the rudimental ones, and you'll hear a clicking sound, but with the drum kit, it doesn't really hit it as much, thankfully. So I think I'll be okay. I think, maybe. Stay tuned. All right, so this one we worked through, number 16. Got through that, sweet. And next one, again, skipping all the stuff that we're currently good at. So we're skipping all the technically proficient and musical sounding patterns. There's no point in practicing stuff that you're already good at when you've got stuff that you're not good at that you could work on. So this one is eighth on the ride, 2 and 4 on the hi-hat with the foot. Snare plays the short, bass plays the long. Okay, so basically the same thing, except now, instead of ding, 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 you're going 1 and 2, but slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is so easy and yet so hard. It really messes with my brain. Why? The hi-hat on 3. That's the one that messes with me. Whoa. Whoa. You went too far. There we go. Okay, so last time we did it, it was at 160 and it was meh. Let's try it again at 160. We might need to slow it down next time if this doesn't sound good again. Okay, so we're going to go back into here and 160. So we need to go to a different playlist. So I'm going to go all the way back to the website. So I'm going to the straight charts, 160 to 240. And any one of these will work. There's 55 of them in here. I'm going to do 16 through 20, maybe. So timestamps. And then you click on the BPM, and then it'll count you off. And go. And 1, 2, ready, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? The hi-hat is the weird part, too. Here we go. That one was weird. Okay. That went better than I thought it was going to, but now maybe the easy ones will go harder. 2, 1, 2, Okay. The hi-hat's actually doing better than I thought it would. 1, 2, here we go. Whoops, hit the snare on accident. Read that wrong. Am I counting the straight beats in my head? I'll explain it after this because it's hard for me to say it while reading the charts. It's already hard enough reading because I'm sight reading, but talking also makes it harder. Hey, I will show you a video that'll help with that independence. Oops. Okay, now to answer a couple different questions. All right, so, let's go back here. For future reference, in each one of these limb independence playlists, it's just, by the way, if you're on the vertical, it's jaredoleary.com/drum. That's where I'm at. If you're on the horizontal, any one of the videos with the descriptions is linked at the top. It'll take you here. So if you scroll past the chop and the grid variations, underneath the limb independence section right here, this video shows you a step-by-step process of exactly what I'm doing to try and develop limb independence with these patterns. So at the very beginning, it has all the different steps laid out in here. So steps 1 all the way through step 7. And then at the end of this, it's just got a bunch of different patterns that are from Don Moyle's book, which again is this one, 50 Ways of Syncopation by Don Moyle. And you can find that linked where it's here. It says percussion books and gear I recommend. If you click on that, it takes you to here. It's this one, okay? 50 Ways of Syncopation. That's where I'm getting these patterns from. But another great one, if you're more into like rock or rap, etc., you can do New Breed 1 and 2 by Gary Chester. I also have those books right here, and they are fantastic, okay? So for developing this. Now, to get to the original question that I received, which is like, what am I thinking about when doing this? So first of all, when you're going through these patterns here, let me go back here. What you need to start doing is start off with a ostinato. So for example, one of my favorite ones to play is a Bayonne pattern. So you're going right, left, both, right, left, both, right, left, both with the beat. And then you can add in 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Okay, so something like this. You're starting with an ostinato. This is a more complicated one. What I'm trying to do to make it so that I can play this while reading through the charts and to develop the independence with the limb, in this case, my left hand, is I want to be able to play the ostinato with the metronome going while being able to say stuff or do things with my left hand. So, for example, draw, write words, take coins, rearrange them into like a house or into different shapes, like make a triangle with them, make a rectangle with them, blah, 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 blah. If you can move your hand around and talk while doing the ostinatos, you're ready to go on to the next step. So the next step is inside of here, the timing exercises, either playing the 8th notes, the triplets, or the 16th note timing exercises while doing the ostinato patterns. Now, some of these are currently members first because they are releasing like over the coming months, but they're all scheduled to release for free over the next, I think, month and a half or so. So like these 8th note ones are currently not out yet, but they're going to come out. So stay tuned. But thank you for the members who are currently signed up. Oop, let me do straight. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just mute it. So this one, for example, when you're playing through it, the 8th note pattern, what you would end up doing after you can play the ostinato while moving your hand and letting it do whatever you want is you read through patterns like this. So this one is just taking a single note and permutating it, so shifting it across the 8th note subdivision. So when you're playing this, the first measure would be, if I just keep repeating this, and then if I move it, and then the next measure, which would be the 3rd measure of the 2nd line, and so you're moving it over, and then eventually you do 2 notes. So like the line right here, sorry, this one. So etc. And then you go into the next page, which has 3 notes. So until you eventually get to the point where it does a whole measure of just straight eighth notes at the very end. Okay, so this is just one variation of like timing exercises to go through. There's a bunch more in here as well. Like there's this one, number 1. This one's available to everybody right now. But you just read through these patterns while working on whatever ostinato you're working on. So in this case, so what was it, like 3-4 weeks ago, I was working on the Songo pattern, and I couldn't get it down, so I just sat there with the Songo pattern and just playing this over and over, and I would just loop one measure at a time on the snare drum, reading through this pattern until it got comfortable. And then once it got comfortable, then I would actually try reading through these kind of patterns going through this. Once I could read through the patterns, the play-alongs with these permutations, then I could read through the charts that are here. Okay, so this is like the series of the steps. So what you can do for something that is like less complicated. So you could be like, all right, I want to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and cool. So when I'm reading through this, initially when I'm starting to learn how to play this, I'm thinking of a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so I might turn on a metronome or turn on some music and just sit there and play this pattern until it feels comfortable and I can internalize it and start feeling the pulse while I'm doing this. And then I would read through like the 16th note timing patterns in here. Maybe. There's a bunch of them. So I might read through these and play along to it. So I might be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then so I'm shifting one note across the beat, or you might do 2 notes. Something like that. So some of these patterns have like the broken 8ths or 16ths, I can't speak, when playing it, or you might do 3 in a row with your foot, going through that. And then eventually once you're able to play that comfortably, then you can start reading through the charts going through this. So the charts that I was doing takes it to a next stage of the independence where now not only are you playing like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 but the short notes, the 8th notes, are played with the snare drum. So this is a more complicated way to do it, but you play anything that is an 8th note on the snare drum and anything that is longer than that on the bass drum. So as an example, ding, 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 ding. Etc. while going through this. So you're reading through it. That's one of the very basic ones. Just ding, 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 like you're doing a song. Read through this. Everything that's long on the snare drum, everything that's short on the snare drum, everything that's long on a bass drum, blah, 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 blah. Dom's book outlines all that. Okay? So that's just like a very quick overview of what I'm doing. But the video that I mentioned, that how to develop limb independence, oh, you can't see that, is it explains it in more detail and like kind of goes over it. But there's so many different patterns you can do. So for example, instead of just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you can switch it around. So you're playing the exact same thing, but now you're doing a V pattern. So you're going 1 and 2 and 3. So you can play this like this. And then you can improvise with the left hand. Okay, so you start with something simple, and then you slowly layer in more complicated layers in there. Dom's book outlines that. Gary Chester's books outline that. New Breed 1 and 2. And then that video outlines it as well. But that is a super quick overview of it. And I know I rushed through that, so apologies. But check out that video. It'll show like more, give a better explanation for it. Okay, so with doing this, it actually sounded better than I thought. Yay! I enjoyed it. So now let's go to another one. Ooh, I was actually just mentioning this. So the next one that is not good yet is the Songo pattern. So this one, you're very welcome. Great exercises, thank you. There's over 2,000 of them. It'll keep you and I busy for a while. Okay, so the Songo pattern. This one 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Okay, so this, it's very similar to the Bayonne, but there's no downbeat on the bass drum, and there's no, oh, it's like pulsing, and there's no hi-hat. Okay, so that's the Bayonne, and then the Songo. So this one is harder because your hands are, or your limbs are less engaged. The more space there is between the different patterns, the harder it is, for me, at least. So when it's something like, I don't know, whole notes, like that would be way harder than playing like 16th notes. Why? It's just like more time for your brain to make a mistake, but you're basically treating your limbs as the metronome, and then you're just kind of like playing through it while you're going through it. Good morning. Anyways, so last time I played through this, we played through it at 180. Okay. That seems fast, but we'll try it. So straight charts, boop. And I don't know. Okay. Wish me luck. 180. Beep bop. This one is not an easy one. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so this one's only reading with the left hand. The left foot's not actually doing it. Anything. Oh no! Let's try that again. I got off on the ride pattern, and the foot. There's a reason why this one needs a lot of work. This is a hard chart to read through it. 1, 2, here we go. No! We're gonna come back to this one. I'm gonna give my brain a moment to warm up to this with an easier chart. 1, 2, here we go. Better, still not great. Oh, 1, 2, here we go. I feel like my brain is like buffering. You know when it like starts playing like a video and it's like low resolution, and then it like kicks into high def? 2, ready, and. Yeah, so when you're playing it on toms, I'm curious, is it the lack of rebound? Like, are the toms too loose? For the heads, so are you relying on like a bounce stroke to get the double strokes? If so, then yeah, I got some suggestions for you. Let's try chart number 1 again. Wish me luck. 1, 2, here we go. I admit defeat. Okay, so Songo, still need to work on it. The other 4 charts were mostly good, but this one, I'm going to rate it as meh overall because I can't play chart number 1 right now. It was making progress, but also out of control. We'll go with making progress overall. But yeah, I still need to work on that one. Cool. Do. Always more to practice. Speaking of, skipping the stuff that we don't need to practice. Whoa, why is that? That's not correct. Let's try this. That, copy. Okay, meh. It's like, what? Do. Oh, yeah, we just started this one. Okay, this one's weird. Okay, so what are you doing? So technically this is supposed to be on the floor tom, but my floor tom is my desk, so I'm not going to play on my desk. So when you're playing through this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Okay, so 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. While you read the pattern on the snare. Okay, so last time I played through it was at 120 and it was technically proficient, but I started with permutations. Okay, let's try without the permutations. So we're gonna skip to, what is it, step 3? And we'll see how that goes. Let's see. I already tuned them pretty high. Okay. Yeah, so boop. Let's go back here. Let me show you. So underneath, if you go all the way down to the technique section, underneath double beat, there's a few different exercises that you can work on to work on the second note in particular of the rolls. So my guess is when you're playing it, the rolls aren't even in terms of the second note being the same as the first note. My guess is they probably sound like this. This is how most students would play when they're starting to learn how to roll. Is the second note is really thin, as opposed to sounding like it's all on one hand. Okay, so that's what we want it to ideally sound like. So when you're playing a roll, and if it sounds like this, where you got that second note that's just too thin, as opposed to getting that emphasized second note, this exercise here called diddle strength is a great way to work on it. So the way that it works is you play it on the right, you play it with both, you play it on the left, you play it with both. Okay, so hence R for right, B for both, L for left, B for both. Now, it's written out as accents in taps, but the accents on this exercise are basically 3 inches higher than your taps. So when you're playing this, you're gonna go da 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 da. The next measure, you're doing the same thing, but now you're going to emphasize the first note. So and then the last measure, you emphasize the second note. So do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Okay, so you do it on the right, both, left, both. The point of this is to make it so that you can play the second note with strength and make it so that it's consistent with both hands. So when you play it as double stops, if I were on an actual snare drum and not this like acoustic electric hybrid, you'd hear a popping sound when you play this. And I can demonstrate it tomorrow on a drum pad. But when you're playing it, you want to hear that pop sound and make so that the right hand and the left hand sound the same. So you don't want to have like a roll where it's like right hand lead or left hand lead like this. You want it to be, again, nice and even, okay? So this exercise is great for that. Another thing that you can do to work on your diddle strength in general is diddle flow. This will help with like making it so that it's nice and fluid so you don't have like a weird hiccup, like a giddy up kind of sound, but instead just like a straight 16th note sound. Another way that you can work on it is with 3-stroke strength. So it's the same thing, same idea as the diddle strength, but you're doing it all on the right, on the left, both. And this one has 3 notes. So you're emphasizing first partial, last partial, other 3s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the middle partial where you're going 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. If you can play 3s with even sound when you're playing, then you can play 2s because they're significantly easier. So this is a good one to work on. And then another one are the short, short, long variations where it has each one of the lines is going to add in 1 note at a time to make it longer and make them more difficult when you're doing this. So eventually you end with 5s. If you can play this one at a comfortable tempo, then it's going to make the 2 super easy. Okay, all those are some like different exercises that you can use to work on the diddles. You can also do inverted variations of like the triplet diddle exercises, blah, 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 blah. But a more practical way to work on this is you can actually practice this like on a drum pad, put a towel on top of it. The more you fold layers of the towel on top of it, the harder it's going to be. So if you make the surface so that it's softer, then it's going to make it so that it's going to require more of your wrist to move when you're playing on top of it. So if you have, I don't have a towel near me, but you can also play like technically on your legs. This looks funny because like I don't want to hit the wall, but something soft, you can play on your forearms, like going like this. If you do traditional, you just play this way. It doesn't feel good, but any kind of soft surface will help you build your chops to make it so that you can play with more strength on it. So when you're playing on any surface, you get a nice even double as opposed to making so it's like a really weak second sound. Another way you can practice it with heavier sticks, like the ones that I normally use when I'm doing the rudimental stuff. They are much heavier, and that can work on that. But those are some different exercises that can help you out with that. But hopefully that'll like help you get started to be able to work on it. And you can develop that comfort of playing the double on like a squishy surface, like a towel or something. And then when you get it on the toms, you'll be like, oh, I can do this, because you can wrist it. Which I guess is another way that you can practice it. So one of the ways that I'll practice is just wristing, playing through stuff, and not have any sticks at all. So you can practice this, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but when you're playing like this, and that can help out. But if you're using like a finger, like French technique or something, it's a little bit harder to do that because you rely more on rebound for that. So for my technique, the way that I play is mainly wrist, and that allows me to have more control at different dynamic levels and different types of surfaces to play on. So if you play on a very bouncy surface versus a very squishy surface, it's much harder when you're using a finger technique than it is when you're using a wrist technique, where you can like wrist stroke regardless of whatever the surface is that you're playing. You have weighted sticks? Nice, nice. Yeah, the Hardeman hammers are great for rudimental stuff. Working on the weighted sticks. Good to practice with. And if anyone's curious, like, if you go to books and gear, I recommend this is underneath tips and lessons, or if you just go to /gear, it'll take you straight to this page. But if you scroll down, you can see the sticks that I'm using right here. So the drum kit ones are Jack DeJohnette, and then the Hardeman hammers are the ones that I use when I play basically every other stream, except for tenors. I use the Hardeman tenor sticks, but these are great for building chops. It's like exclusively what I use to practice. If I were to perform, though, I just go with normal Hardemans because I don't want to like pop the head. That'd be bad. Anyways, I rambled a lot. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one we're playing da oh baba oh baba oh baba oh ah while playing 2 and 4 on the hi-hat, and I'm gonna try and jump straight into it, but this might not go good. So we might need to back it up a little bit and work on a permutation first. Like I was mentioning on the last one that we did with the Songo, like I feel like it's like when you start like a movie or a video and it like buffers and it's like low resolution for the first like little bit, and then all of a sudden it gets into like higher resolution. Like that's what happens when playing these patterns for me sometimes, is like it takes me a full chart or two to like warm up my brain to go, oh yeah, that's how you play this. Which is why I'm like constantly switching between different ones, is I'm trying to make it so I can just like go like right off the bat. But, you know, sometimes it's not successful. Like chart number 1 with the Songo. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, you're very welcome. Glad I can help. So this is supposed to be on the floor, Tom. You can also do this like this. A 1, 2, a 1, 2. Wish me luck. You know, I'm working on a video, a script. I think I'll add in that point. Because, like, sometimes I don't think of everything that people might not know about different techniques. This one really messes with me because the bass drum is like a metronome, but on the 3rd note of the partial. 1, 2, a 1, 2, here we go. Better than I thought I would. Yay! A 1, 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. I started thinking about the ostinato, this part that's playing right now, and I was like using too much of my brain. I couldn't read. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, better than I thought it would go. Yeah. Let me write this down before I forget. Do 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 do. See, I like being able to chat. Whoops, because it makes it so that I can hear about things that are resonating with people. So bringing up the difference between rebound with the different types of technique is an important thing for me to bring up in a video that I'm currently working on. So I'm gonna write that down. Talk about different rebound with different techniques. Boop. Sweet. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so that'll help me out with that upcoming video, so thank you for that. All right, so that play along, it actually went way better than I thought it would. Other than that one moment where I was just like, whoa, what's going on? I had fun with it. It went better than I thought. Yeah, success. Cool, so those are the patterns that I'm gonna work on today, but now I want to work on my feet in particular. So I'm gonna work on double strokes. And so what I'm doing here is Jojo Mayer in a DVD talks about how he uses a technique where it's technically like a heel toe. We're going like this, but it's not actually your heel. It's not actually your toe. I don't like the wording for it, but it is what it is. But you're basically doing this motion where it's like ba-dum, ba-dum to get that second note. So I'm trying to do that with right, right, left, left. So ba-dum, ba-dum. But I've never worked up my left foot technique until a month ago on double bass because I just got one. Whee! So I'm going to try and work on this with Rebound, which is an exercise that you can find under the timing transitions playlist. So 70 to 74 was meh last time. Let's do 65 to 69. And then we will work on not double strokes, but single strokes with our feet. So we're going to focus on those two techniques. So timing transitions. This is underneath the limb independent section, and it's towards the top. A lot of these are members first right now. They're all going to come out soon. Stay tuned. All right, so timestamps. We're going to go to 65 BPM. And I'm just using my feet. Okay, so right, right, left, left. Specifically focusing on my technique. 1, 2, here we go. And right, right, left, left. Right, right, repeats, left, left, faster, right, right, left, left, 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 right, right, left, right, right, left, 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 right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Now it goes back the way it started. Right here, triplet, 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 right, right, left, left, 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 right, 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 left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. This is slow, but I'm trying to get rid of those extra like butter that I get on the left foot in particular. Two, ready, and right, right, left, left. Oh, interesting. Playing without a spring. Huh. I like to have my spring not super tight, so you get more dynamic control out of it. There's some drawbacks with it, but overall, the tension on it is not like what you'd normally experience for like double bass, where like just immediately springs back. I can't talk while doing this. So it's kind of like a jazz feel with double bass. Like what a lot of the jazz players I know do. So the pedal is like very floppy as opposed to like boing. Ready and I'm not economical enough with my left foot motion. It's too exaggerated, which is when I get the extra the extra double. It feels a lot better on my right, because, you know, I've been doing that longer. Ah! Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're a metal drummer, having a high tension on the spring totally makes sense. But to develop that control, if you get rid of that, it really makes it work more. But yeah, I don't know. Every technique has affordances and constraints. Like with finger, French, you might be able to play faster, but then as you're finding out, on some surfaces, it's not going to translate very good. Yeah, no, I hear ya. Agreed. I'm on hard mode. We're in New Game Plus. Ah. So another way to work on this is just put one on the hand and then just focus on the limb that's not good. Eventually, I'd like to be able to play this like while playing an ostinato, like I'm doing with the limb independence stuff, but we're not there yet. Okay, I'm gonna play the last one. We'll just do snare, snare, bass, bass, so I can really focus on this left foot technique. And go, and. Whoa. I wasn't reading it. I was going to go into 6 triplets. My brain was elsewhere. See that extra note? I think I need to, like, off-stream, like, record my foot angle so I can try and figure out, like, what's happening with it, because I'm trying to like feel it. But what I'm thinking is when I'm doing the heel, my toe is coming too far up and it's giving it extra woo woo, and then when I go down, there's something about the heel coming up that's causing that extra stroke in there. I don't know. I'll continue to work on it. Okay, so that one, that's for the double strokes, but now I want to work on my single stroke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do heel down the entire time. So I'm going to play with my heel basically on the base of the pedal, on the board, and then I'm going to do a full rep where my heel is completely up the entire time, and so I'm like tapping down with the platform, or the toe, technically is what it's called. But we're going to do that with under the endurance and speed exercises. There's a ton of exercises for this. So this might be good for your metal drumming. And I'm sure you'll be way better at it than I am at the moment. But like chug with hertas is a really fun one. You can also do like chug with singles and just like all these different exercises in here. But we're going to do this. And how fast did we do this previously? Oh, I didn't write it down. Let's try 60? Question mark? Maybe? Stay tuned. So, playing everything with the feet alternating, all heel down, and then we'll try all heel up. Oops. And 1, and 2, Now we're going to do all heel up, so doing the platforms, kind of like a dog in water, paddling. All heel down. And can you tell which technique I play more of? 1 and 2, heel up. Okay, I'm going to do heel up again for this last rep because I'm not good at that technique. And What's weird is like the drum trigger is not like picking up all the different sounds. So this is like a hybrid electronic. But it's not getting all the like kicks. I don't know why. I don't know. Cool. We made progress on stuff. Does it sound great yet? No, but we're practicing stuff we're not supposed to sound great at yet. My neighbor's dogs are starting their choir practice. That's cool. If you want to practice along to this exercise and literally thousands more, you just go to my home tab of YouTube. Whoop. Right here. Under the drumming content, you click, and then it has all the playlists here. If you want to find it organized neater than I can on YouTube, just go to the link that's at the top of each one of these play-alongs. We've got the BPMs here. Just go here. Boop. That takes you to my website. We've got 62 chop exercises, over 1,000 grid variations, over 150 timing exercises, 55 drum charts, straight and swung, over 400 marching bass, over 350 technique exercises, and tons of drumming tips and whatnot. Keep you busy for quite some time. Keep you entertained. Ever tried ankle motion, single strokes? Heel slightly up. Ankle motion, single stroke. So like this without lifting up. I guess I zoom in. So instead of like playing like this is super exaggerated, but keeping your ankles there and then kind of playing down like dee, 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 like that. Is that what you're talking about? If so, no. I don't have good foot technique yet. We'll get there. One day. Hence why we're practicing. Anyways, tomorrow I'm going to be working on, I think, tenor drums is the next stream. So, you know, this grip. That's a joke. So we'll be back on drumkit on Monday. That's the plan. I'm going to get ready for a really weird game. It's called Franbo or Franbow or something. And it's very gory. It's not family friendly at all, but it's interesting. Huh. Yeah, so the leg is frozen. Huh. No, I haven't tried that. There's a lot of stuff with foot technique that I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But I think I might need back support for doing something like that. I have like some scoliosis, so my back is not always the best, and my posture is not always the best, partially because of just bad posture and partially because of scoliosis. But if I had like a seat with a backing on it, I think I'd be able to do more of that to make it so that I could like actually sit up straighter and not be all hunched over and like have some more stability on this. But that's just a guess though. I haven't played on a throne with a seat or a backing for the lumbar support, all that fun stuff. But anyways, you're welcome. I hope you also have a good one. And thanks always for engaging with the content. If anyone enjoys this free content, just share it with somebody else, some other drummer, or just find some random flautist and be like, your instrument's kind of like sticks. Instead of playing like this, play it like this. I'm just kidding. You do you. But anyways, I appreciate you all. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'm going to get ready for some video games. But goodbye.